Instead of dwelling on that, what I want to do is go back to something we started with when we first began to put this simulation together. You might recall that rather than just implementing a drunk, we implemented two classes, drunk and usual drunk. We did that so that we could later experiment with different kinds of drunks, and that's what I want to do now. So here's the usual drunk, the class we've been simulating thus far. I want to look at a small variant, somebody called a cold drunk. This is a drunk that hates to be cold, and when forced or when randomly taking a step north, rather than taking a full step of 1 unit, he's a little bit reluctant, and so he only takes 0.95 units. Not quite a full step northward. Obviously, we're working in the northern hemisphere, I guess, where north is where it's colder. Suppose if we wanted to do it in the southern hemisphere, we'd have to change it. Now, I want you to think for a minute about how much difference this should make. Is the difference going to be small? Because after all, the difference between 0.95 and 1.0 is not great. And what direction is it going to be in? Is the distance going to be larger or smaller? You might think the distance will be smaller because after all, a quarter of the time the drunk is taking a slightly smaller step. Or you might think it would be larger because the southward steps are not fully canceled by the northward steps. It's not obvious to me, but that's why we can run a simulation to find out.